Welcome to this week's communities video. If you want to post in the community section and be a part of these videos, press visit communities and then post what's on your mind. It can be Fortnite, it can be Fortnite related, adjacent, nothing to do with Fortnite. Post on here and we or I shall react to it. So let's sort by newest and well, let's see what people have been posting this week. Corruption sci-fi. Why can't I remember? Visitor photography. Zoom in to see some words. So yes, people get very excited about the possible, or it seems pretty nailed on at this point, the return of the 7. So people are getting excited. Bro, what am I meant to see here? I mean, I can see, is that, I don't know, I thought that was a 0 point for 2 seconds, but I don't know. Reality unknown. I don't know what the words say, bro. I don't know what they say. Can anyone else in chat, in the comments, work it out? Bro, I wish I knew, yeah? I wish I knew. Right, so you are so bad, man, yo. So you've recreated the house from Scream 1 in UEFN or Creative 1.0. I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure it's probably Creative 1.0. And it looks pretty good, to be fair. It looks pretty good. Is this the only picture we got? Is this the only picture we got? We need to... never mind. You have got more pictures inside the house. Okay, you've done some work. You've done some work. I like it. Very good. Is it going to be a game connected with it, or just something to pass the time? And more photos. Flu. Okay, I have a new theory. After the OG event, that kind of connects to my last theory. I said that the visitor rifted to the spirit realm, making the rift red. And when the cube came through the rift, it was corrupted with the spirit realm energy. So for my new theory, I think that did happen. But after the cube was corrupted by the spirit realm energy, it is now under control of the dark presence instead of the last reality. The reason I say this, because we see in the OG event that some realities have been corrupted by the cube, but the last reality doesn't corrupt reality. They destroy them. I mean, I get why you're saying that, because obviously this one will be one of many we've already destroyed. I can't quite remember the lyrics, but something along them lines. But literally basically the main cube color and all the husks and zombies and monsters that are associated with the last reality have corruption energy. So I don't know, but I see what you're saying. I still think there's a possibility that the last reality and the dark presence are possibly one and the same, but I guess we have to wait and find out. So what I think happened was the cube got to Loot Lake. It was powerful enough to make it to the 0 point or whatever is in that place, and send itself to the in-between, which is inside the 0 point. So that's kind of crazy. The cube actually made it inside the 0 point. Crazy. I didn't really think of the implications and what that really could mean. And today, the teaser for the event on the 29th of November for the Chapter 6 end event, and they're advertising it at Risky Reels in OG. So, and we already know that the Tomato Head made its way to Chapter 6. So, whew. And send itself in the in-between to corrupt realities, which we see, and it seems like they're infecting the lines, which I think is obviously inside the 0 point, but it's the 0 point being connected to realities elsewhere. I kind of think of it like, yeah, that's inside the 0 point, but at the same time, the tendrils, it's like what the 0 point is inside. So inside the 0 point, you see all of reality because it's its own plane of existence. So I kind of think of it. It's like you're in the little ball on the Fortnite island, but you'll see all what the 0 point sees as well. It's kind of hard to explain what I'm trying to explain, but I'm sure someone will get it. And send itself to the in-between to corrupt realities to be in control of the dark presence. I also think and that's what they could mean by the whole new story. So the event name, I think, has leaked, or the season name, which is 0 Hour, and it says new stories waiting to begin or something. So that's what it may allude to, that whatever it's corrupted are these new realities, and we're going to find out all existing realities we already have. Cause OG to happen. What's the same flow of events as Chapter 1, and created a fake cube to rise out of Loot Lake and eventually explode. And that's the fake cube was Kevin, or the purple one, essentially. Okay, no, I like it. Jack's cat. And my idea to improve sidekicks. Just get rid of them. No. They should be reactive to biomes, like shiver in the cold, snowy biome, and like pant or sweat in hot and humid biomes. That's kind of neat, and they end up doing that. They may actually do that. It may be a secret thing which we haven't seen yet, but that would be pretty cool if they do that. And they should have a special victory emote that you can do with your Sidekick, very similar to Doctor Doom's chair victory emote. Yeah, interesting. Corruption Sci-Fi. How will we get to Chapter 7? Cali, Vegas. In the collision event, we see in the 0 point that Durburger head is in the Californian desert. They basically used the footage they already had from the original time they did it. What if maybe Zero Shard sends us to Cali, Vegas, since the 0 point can alter realities? It's not entirely true, but it's possible. What do you mean it's not entirely true? You mean that's not true? I mean, the 0 point can completely alter realities. That is true. Yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't be a reason. How would a 7 be involved at 7, and what's going to happen in the Chapter 6 end event? So much is on the edge at the moment. I guess we're going to have to wait and see. But yeah, this is not a bad theory. Maybe we'll get some explanation where Drift came from. I know everyone likes to throw that up occasionally when it's mentioned. But I guess we have to wait and see. Nat Boy Rome. Why is the red cube so massive? It was probably just for visuals. Yeah, I guess you got a point. Yeah, we knew this even before the event. It leaked that the cube was literally massive. It's like, was it 5 or 10 times bigger than what it was? I would have to say maybe he's got a point with the white background. What just happened there? With the white background, it would have probably have looked really... What is happening here? I'm seeing my camera froze. I hope this hasn't been doing it this whole recording. What are you doing? If you not take a frame, I play games on here. It's just a still screen, apart from me moving. Because of the white background, I presume that if it was the same size it is in game, it would have looked really, really small. I don't know. Or maybe with inside the 0 point, I guess it looks small. I don't know. But as I said earlier in the video, that space inside the 0 point is, I think, is infinite. It's like the TARDIS. That's a better way of explaining it. That's what I should have gone for. Yeah, it's like an infinite space within a what looks to be a small space. Idabo. In another world where we had 2-year Fortnite chapters, next month we'll be in Chapter 5. I feel like 2 years, 1 year, I feel like chapters should be however long and suitable the arc is. If it has to be 1 year and 8 months long, 8 months long, 2 months long, for example, I would say, I think it's a good argument to say that Chapter 3 Season 1 and Season 2 could have been its own chapter. Or, I think a better answer would have actually been Chapter 2 Season 7 to Chapter 3 Season 2. That's a good storyline arc. That is arguably a chapter. But or you could argue the whole Chapter 3 arc, and I guess a bit of the end of Chapter 2, was the 7 and the Imagined Order sort of, you know, dealing with the threat of the last reality at the time, and then the 7 trying to get the Imagined Order out of the 0 point, which I guess kind of worked when they flipped the map, and then the Imagined Order made the device, and obviously the 7 then won. Geno obviously warned them that this is a massive issue and they shouldn't be doing that, but it's your go now and you're going to have to prove that you were right and I was wrong, and it proved that the 7 were indeed wrong, and then they got chromed. So that is kind of an arc, as a story, I suppose. But yeah, I think 2-year chapters, yes, we would have been in Chapter 5, going into Chapter 5, and this would have been Chapter 4. But if it tells a good story arc, I think they should make chapters however long. And I do think 1 year chapters are pretty good. Or if it feels right, it feels right. And to be fair, you know, it feels right to focus on another side of the story. I think the Zero Shard sort of saga will not come to an end, but it will change into something new. Something new will come from it. We have to wait and see what. Tyler, I have a theory. In the live event, we used the remote to go back to Chapter 6, and we continue to fight against the Dark Presence. Yes, I think that will be the case. And as it uses the fight, he opens the direct portal to the Spirit Realm, and the 7 come out, but they're evil, and we have to use the Rift Gun or the remote to make them nice again. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, I guess, yeah, that could be the case, and then we learn about their trials and stuff within the Spirit Realm in Chapter 7 when we communicate with the 7, and some of them might obviously, you know, that's a long time to be held captured, isn't it? So we're going to have to see how that affects them, if this is indeed the case. The Dark Presence has 0 point shards in his chest, so he has the power of it. The 0 point can manipulate time and realities. I mean, yeah. So as they were in the spirit realm, he transformed them into evil versions. And we know the 7 and they don't go out without a fight. The power of the Dark Presence, 0 point, Evil 7, and the other spirit realm monsters equals all-out chaos and destruction. And you think the 7? And you think Hope and Jones are going to beat that? Crazy. Option sci-fi. The shape as the Las Vegas sphere. So in last week's video, I think Corruption brought up that the 0 point could be like the Las Vegas sphere. But obviously, this is in the files as well. The shape. And that could be the depiction, I guess, of the sphere in Fortnite. And this will be a bigger landmark in Chapter 7. Maybe something to do with whatever happens at the end of Chapter 6. Or maybe the 7's returning. And this is the shape, I presume. The more I think about it, the shape could most definitely replace the LV sphere. We found out the shape reacts to players' actions. That's interesting, because I guess that's what the sphere does. Whenever a plane leaves and comes, and the sphere interacts with it. So yeah, that's actually a pretty good theory. I do like that. This is my theory on the 7. I edited this some months ago. It's what happened to each member, and what I believe will be in their new designs. So Paradigm escaped and then sacrificed herself. Obviously in Zero Fusion, she, said to us, it's your turn now, take on the mission, and it seemed like, yeah, she was sacrificing herself. I think Paradigm will come back at some point, but yeah, not corrupted, no. The Order, corrupted, and that's her style. Yeah, so the corrupted style in a survey, which we have predicted to either be the Order or the Imagined. He believes the Imagined is dead. I would think that isn't the case if Geno can presumably survive. The Daughter can as well. The Foundation is corrupted, and he's decided to go with this survey skin. Interesting. I don't think it kind of gives me Foundation vibes, but he might just be using it as a placeholder. Origin will obviously be the Cube King version of himself, the Last Reality version. Which obviously we got that in the loading screen in Chapter 3, Season 2, when I think he became a skin. So at some point we expect him to be that. So this would be a good time. Chapter 7. The corrupted scientist will be the general. I don't know if that's a key holder or he's saying that it kind of looks like the scientist. So Nat will be the scientist's corrupted form, he might be saying. And obviously the visitor has escaped. Maybe not. I do think there's a possibility that OG... Maybe, I don't know, it does feel like it's in the past, but I just think that can be a bit confusing as people are spitting out there's multiple 0 points. So there is that. I guess. Tyler, a 7 are coming back. Logo seen in Peel's jacket. Obviously, we talked about the 7 coming back in other posts and obviously the one just before. But yeah, the logo has been spotted on Peely's new jacket. This is a new Peely style. We're getting another Peely skin apparently with the 7 logo. I think some members of Epic's development team were spotted at a 49ers game with the 7 logo and actually saying 7 on it. It was yellow this time, which may hint towards something, or may just be the fact that if it was a black top on red, it would be a little bit more hard to see from a distance. So I think they picked yellow for that reason. Tyler again, I put these teasers background in advanced photo editor. Do you see anything? Oh, this was the teaser for Chapter 7 last week. So yeah, we definitely said we could see a figure, a person there. Not so much there. Oh, it looks like these are eyes actually, and this is a entirely bigger face, I would say. Yeah, maybe a bit of like a helmet here, maybe some armor around here. Yeah, nothing really there. Oh yeah, the more predominant sort of shadow here. Interesting. Oh, I don't know. I see a mouth here, lips, nose, but I guess you can look at it several different ways, I suppose. Oh yeah, that's face, eyes. I don't know what I see there. It's kind of spooky, actually. Well, that's even more spooky. Holy. Ooh, fluffy. Here are some settings in Create for shell shading and anime style. Oh, nice. Yeah, so obviously with The Simpsons, cell shading is an entire thing now on the map, and it looks pretty decent. I think, arguably, I know people have been very hard on it when it's introduced to like outfits and skins and cosmetics, but for the map, I actually think it looks pretty good in the Fortnite Battle Royale map. I don't know about you, but for me, it looks pretty good. So there's the settings if anyone wants them. Interesting. They should definitely add the Simpsons version of both Hope and Jones. It would be perfect. It would be indeed. Obviously, today I think we've got Mo Sislak in the game, of course, and Scratchy. Don't know why they still haven't added a Santa's Little Helper companion, but they're going to add Spider Pig. So, a one-off gag. I mean, I think he's appeared a few other times, but obviously not Santa's Little Helper or Snowball, the first or second or however many times they've, changed Snowball. And I actually think I might have done this post last week, but that concludes the community videos for this week. If you want to get involved, of course, post in the communities, post whatever's on your mind. It can be about Fortnite, leaks, skins, map designs, whatever, creative. It doesn't even have to be Fortnite. It can be streaming related, or you've seen something funny in my streams and you taken a funny photo of me, or I don't know. Anyway, guys, thank you for being here. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Until next time, it has been your boy, Mr. JOY. It's next time. Bye-bye.